Lesson 24, Section 1. In this presentation, we'll take a look at third declension adjectives like elpron and at the present indicative of peime, I say. As we have seen, there are different kinds of adjectives in Greek. We have 2-1-2 adjectives like sapos, where the masculine forms look like second declension nouns, the feminine forms first declension nouns, and the neuter forms also second declension nouns. We also have two termination adjectives like an aitios, an aition, where the masculine and the feminine have the same forms and the neuter has a different set. There are also two termination adjectives declined like nouns of the third declension. So far we've seen adjectives whose forms resemble those of the first and second declensions. Now we're going to see some third declension adjectives. These two have the same forms for both the masculine and feminine, thankfully. The forms for the neuter are different only in the nominative and accusative. So we really don't have that many forms to learn and to keep track of. So let's take a look at a pretty standard third declension noun like daimon, daimonos, ha, he, noun of common gender, demon. And what we're going to do is basically keep everything except for the stem. So instead of daim, we're going to take the stem of our third declension adjective elpron, genitive elpronos, friendly, and substitute that stem in its place. And that gives us the masculine and feminine forms of this third declension adjective. Pretty straightforward. For the neuter, again, we're going to see a different form in the singular, nominative, and accusative. It's going to be the same as with all neuter adjectives and nouns. It's going to be elpron, basically the stem of this adjective. And in the plural, we're going to see that stem plus the alpha. Again, in the third declension, neuter, plural, nominative, and accusative actually look like masculine and feminine, singular accusative. As you can see, elprana, masculine, feminine, accusative, singular, elprana, neuter, plural, nominative, and accusative. And that's all there is to it, really. The forms are fairly straightforward, fairly simple. This is peime, I say. It's similar in some ways to lega, but used primarily to quote people. And these are the forms of it. It's fairly irregular, so we want to make note of that. Also, in the singular second person, we have two possibilities. You have pace, either with or without the iota subscript. And like the forms of eime, and it's the same kind of verb, actually it has this me ending in the first person singular, we're going to see enclitics throughout the conjugation of the present tense. So again, just like with eime, only the singular second person is not an enclitic form. All the others are. So you're going to see strange things happening to the accent there. Again, these are the forms of the present indicative. I say, you say, he, she, or it says. For the forms of third declension adjectives like elpron, take a look at page 36. And for those of peime in the present indicative, look at 96. Thank you very much.